The Tokyo Olympics officially kick off on Friday with the opening ceremony, but competition has officially begun as well. And fittingly, it was a Japanese team that registered the first victory of the Olympic Games. The postponement of the Olympics by a year did give the International Olympic Committee sleepless nights and concerns over the health and safety of athletes, which continues to grow with COVID-19 cases detected every day inside the Olympic Village. The Olympics are now being held without spectators for the first time ever, and just a few members of the venue staff were present in Fukushima when the first pitch of the softball tournament was thrown. Scorching temperatures have added to the problems of the organizers, but on the pitch it was the Japanese women's team that dominated from the word go against Australia as the sport returned to the Olympic arena for the first time since 2008. The Japanese team led 8-1 after 5 innings when the mercy rule was invoked to end the game. The United States beat Italy 2-0 in another match of the 6-team event. Now, for more on this story and the latest from Tokyo, we are being joined by Phoebe Amoroso from Tokyo for more. Thanks so much for joining us, Phoebe. Now, the competition at the Olympics began with the Japanese softball team beating Australia. Will the mood around the Olympics change once athletes start winning matches and medals? And also, the match was held in Fukushima, which means so much more.
Yes, absolutely. So it was a very positive start for the Japanese team, triumphing over Australia. And we heard from Yukiko Ueno, who was the starting pitcher, saying she felt very relieved given the circumstances. And it's also been a long time since softball has been at the Olympics. Even Australian team, they left the match in very high spirits. It'd been 13 years since softball had been away from the games, and they said despite the loss, they brought their own energy to that. As for the significance of hosting the game in Fukushima, these games have been called, yes, the Recovery Olympics. And there has been some debate, as it's well known that hosting the Olympics at this time is controversial. There are still concerns over a growing number of COVID-19 cases associated with the games. So whether these amount to a recovery games or not is very much a matter of debate. And polls have shown that the majority of the Japanese public are not in favour of the games proceeding at this time. Whether this first victory will help swing public mood, that remains to be seen.
Right. Phoebe, stay with us. We'd like you to weigh in on another story coming from Tokyo related to the Olympics. In fact, we know this is an Olympics like any other. Now, with just 2 days left for the official launch of the Tokyo Games, all eyes are currently on Japan and their COVID-19 response. And speaking to the international committee members in Tokyo, the WHO director, WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.